Join me on a fascinating journey where I show you some of the techniques used in scale area modelling. Hello again modellers, and we're back in the workshop. It's been 24 hours, that's about a bit longer than that. And the resin has all gone off, and we can peel the peel ply off. So I'll take it off in the reverse order that we put it on. It's all nice and dry. The witness pot, it's all dry, and the foam brush is solid. So all you do to get it off is you pull it at an oblique angle, quite flat to the surface, because you can pull the glass away from the balsa. It's very unusual if that happens, but you don't want to encourage that, so just peel it off. It comes off really, really easily. And the finish is just a really light sort of stipple type finish. That bit there is part of this. Let's take the side piece off. And we'll take this side off. Right, what I'm going to try with this bit is I'm going to turn the lights off when I do this. Now with a bit of luck, you'll see what happens now. I'm back at the model, in case you can't see. And I'm going to start peeling it back. Now I can see what's happening, but you may not. Ready? Here we go. Not sure if you can see that. Watch the line. Well, you can't see where I'm pointing. Middle of frame, you should see an iridescent or a glowing line. Hope you saw that. That was me peeling that off. And there's a lovely finished surface on there now. It's very similar to Solatex, and really is just the texture of the weave of the peel ply. And you can see the excess resin is now in the peel ply, and that's scrap. You throw that in the bin, it's not reusable. So that finish there will sand beautifully. But I'm probably not going to do that. I'm probably not going to sand that. I'm going to leave that surface in that finish, because I'm hoping when I put the film covering over the top, that finish will mean that the bubbles have a route out away from the surface and the film will stick better. So that's the intention. I can already feel that this is much firmer than it was. Still flexing a little bit, but it's much stronger than it was, which is the other reason for doing this. So all I've got to do now is trim around the edges, which I can either do with a scalpel like this. That's one way. I'll show you the other ways in a minute. And that works fine. Or the other way. Bit of resin on there, let's stuck that bit down. Or the other way is to take some glass paper and just sand the edge at an oblique angle, and it'll come off. actually wrapped around there, so let me just separate it from there so that you can see what's happening. And it comes off. You've got to be careful if you use the sanding method, because if you sand it a little bit too long, you will actually put a chamfer on the edge of that, which you don't want, which you won't get with the knife. However, with the knife you do stand the risk of running the blade into the wood underneath, so either way works. And with the scalpel you still have to run the paper down the edge, but at least it's not at 45 degrees. So so there you go. You pay your money, it takes your choice. It's very very straightforward, isn't it? So I think there you can see that adding glass fibre cloth to a model is not anything to be frightened of. It really isn't. I've got a bit of a gap through there, which isn't going to work. The glass cloth has lifted because the balsa and the adjacent balsa, the two areas of balsa are a different height, so that never would work. The other nice thing is, with the peel ply, it's softened the edge into the balsa, so that's all good. And now we've got a nice strong joint between the front and the rear, or I hope we have. Now I'm quite happy to film over that now. What I do need to decide is whether I'm going to do anything about the fillet and the ridges between the fillets. Whether I put any filler on there or I just go over it with the film. It was originally done with film and no filler, which created little ridges, which didn't really matter. It's an ARTF, so it doesn't really matter. I could add some filler along there and we'll see how it goes, but I'm not sure we really need to. So anyway, I'll think about that. But there you go. That's showing you how to use peel ply on a glass fibre cloth. Right, that's it. Next thing we'll do is we'll look at repairing the cowl. Not sure if you remember seeing it. It's in a bit of a state. It's all split open at the front here. It's all broken along here. There's areas that are well and truly shattered, and it's not, you know, it is well broken, but it is in one piece, and if you look inside you can see there's cracks all over the place. So I think what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to push it back together so that the parts that are still there and that meet like that, we'll just put a little drop of CA in there, give it a few seconds to dry. It being a shiny surface, it sometimes doesn't want to take, so just have to see if we can get it to take. That has. So, and all we do is we go around the whole structure, piecing bits back together as best we can, and we get them to hold still, and we just lock them back in place. And then once we've done all that, I'm going to go around the inside and put a layer, one layer, maybe 2 layers in some places, of 25-gram cloth, glass cloth, just to make it solid again. And then we'll come to the outside, and areas like this where we've actually got, you know, the gel coat's gone completely. All we've got is shattered cloth underneath there. So once I get the inside reglassed and these bits sort of held back down again, then we'll have to re-sand the outside and get it smooth. And we may end up having to add more resin on the outside and more cloth on the inside if it gets too thin. But that's all we can do really, because it is, a lot of it is delaminated. So so that's what we've got to try and do. Anyway, that's for another video, but that's going to be the next video. I did make a bit of a cock up on the previous video. I numbered it 24 when there was no 23. So this one that we're filming now will be 25, and the cowl one, when I do that, I'll drop that back in as 23. Be out of sequence, but at least it ticks my OCD boxes. All right, it was just quick, just to keep you updated as to what's happening. But if you enjoyed this content, please click like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.